Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today I'm going to be reviewing the Cabrini movie for you guys. So, I didn't like it. I know. I should have loved the movie. I thought I was going to love the movie. Everybody's talking about how much they love this movie. I really didn't like it, you guys, and I know I am probably the only Catholic YouTuber who's going to have a negative review of this movie, but what are you gonna do? I didn't prepare any notes for this video. I'm just gonna go for it. So I saw it yesterday, the second day that it was out, at 2:45 at an AMC at the mall. There was a million showings throughout the day, so I expected the movie theater to be empty, and I thought, okay, great, I'll take some notes. This will be awesome. But there was actually a ton of people in the theater, so I wasn't able to take notes. What are you gonna do? And the movie is visually gorgeous. The acting is phenomenal. The casting is great. Even the children. There's a lot of children in this movie, of course, because Mother Cabrini had the orphanage and everything, orphanages, I should say. And the child actors were fantastic. But that's about it. Again, visually stunning. I'll see if I can add these clips in here just to show it's beautiful. I mean, they were in Italy, they were in New York. I don't exactly know where this was filmed, but they did a great job, and I couldn't get over the shots. It was fantastic. Acting, great. However, the movie is way too long. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes. The first hour of that movie, great. I almost wanted to text and say, hey, if you want to come see this movie again with me next weekend, I totally will. This is so good. This is so good. But man, after that first hour, it took a nose dive. Again, the movie is too long. I got very bored. And in the entire movie, Cabrini, Mother Cabrini, a saint, only prays once. As far as I can tell, of course, I only saw it once. I can't fact check this. She only prayed once, and that was like with her sisters when they were about to eat. It's really a biopic. Honestly, if you're not Catholic, I think you might enjoy this movie as a biopic about a woman that maybe you've never heard of, who did a lot of great things for New York, Italian immigrants, and then of course New Orleans, all over the place. She was all over the place. Specifically in America, the first American saint, awesome. Mother Cabrini herself is amazing. I don't know too much about her. I've never visited her shrine. It's on my to-do list since it's so close to me. This has nothing to do with her personal relationship with God. I don't even think the word Jesus, his name, is ever mentioned throughout this movie. Mary is never mentioned throughout this movie. She barely references God. At one point, a couple points in the movie, she's talking with someone about how she's a survivor. Great, we love that. It was definitely not a feminist movie at all, but it was about her being a woman kind of taking on a man's role. And I mean, at that time, yes, in the late 1890s, yes, at that time, what she was doing as a woman was huge. I mean, what she would be doing today was hugely impressive, but especially at that time when women were not doing this kinds of things, really, it was very impressive. So loved that. Loved that it wasn't like a feministy movie, even though it came out on the International Women's Day. It was good. But I don't really care. I like to hear about saints and their personal relationships with Christ and how that compared. Like, I like to analyze it to me. I've talked about this before, that I struggle with trusting in God, and I think basically every person struggles with trusting in God. And I love to see how the saints struggle with trusting in God. That's why I mean, my two favorite Catholic books, next to the Bible, blah, 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 all that stuff, is The Story of a Soul by St. Therese and The Diary of St. Faustina. Because both of those books are, autobiographies, memoirs, whatever you want to call them, by the saints about their relationship with Christ and about their relationship with others. Mother Cabrini in this movie, has these sisters that she came from Italy to New York with, and the sisters barely have any dialogue throughout the whole movie. There's no character development with them. Fine, it focuses more on her relationship with the Archbishop, which actually was good. That was cool to see how they interacted together, how the Archbishop was trying to, be more of a little bit of a politician and help more out his fellow Irish men. So it was more difficult for him with the Italians. And then her relationship with the mayor, her relationship with the Pope. That was cool, but I just wanted to see her relationship with Jesus. I mean, they were wearing the rosaries as part of their habit, but they never, I don't know, she would be staring off into space and at the ceiling, and that was her praying, kind of. We didn't see her praying, so that was just really annoying, and I really didn't like it. And I just was frustrated because it seemed like they really did just make a biopic, but they didn't include what I would think would be the most interesting part. It was kind of about what she did and what she had done, but it didn't show where she drew her strength from. It didn't, I really didn't like it. Oh my gosh. And I'm starting to like it less the more I talk about it, because everybody's surprised that I didn't like it. Whatever. Moving on. I'm talking too much about that. And one really cool thing about the movie is basically, I don't know, I think more than half. I think like 60% of the movie is in Italian, so they have the subtitles. I actually really liked that. I thought that was very realistic to have the subtitles on there. As someone whose family came through Ellis Island at that time, my family, I have an Italian last name. I'm never going to dox myself and tell you my last name, but I have an Italian last name. My family came through Ellis Island in 1901, and they moved to New Jersey. So not New York, but New Jersey. And they, from what I've been told by my relatives, is my family really focused on assimilating. So they changed the pronunciation of our last name and blah, blah, blah. Whereas these Italians in the movie seemed to not be focused on assimilating until Mother Cabrini came in and was teaching the classes in English, but they were singing in Italian. That's great. I love that. That's so beautiful. So again, it was great at showing the good things that Mother Cabrini did. Of course, there was some drama. There's a few things in the movie that happened, and I started looking. I couldn't take it, man, you guys. After an hour and a half, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we still have another hour to go. I started to look up a few things on my phone. Like, did that really happen? And a few things did happen, but they didn't happen in New York. They happened, like, there was a fire that happened when she was in Chicago. It didn't happen when she was in New York. I can forgive that. But there's other stuff that I'm like, they did that for drama, you know, I don't know. And there's not anything that's very clear. You know how usually after, personally for me, after I see a movie about a historical figure or something like that, I like to see the discrepancies between what happened in real life and what happened in the movie to see where things were different. And which is why I struggle with these types of movies. I prefer docudramas. I think docudramas are awesome. For example, the Divine Mercy movie, I'm spacing out on the name right now, but the Divine Mercy movie where they have the acting and that movie also is beautiful, but then they have the behind the scenes, you know, the experts talking about Divine Mercy and talking about Faustina. That's very well done. I think it would have been more fun to see that. That's a personal preference of me, as opposed to these biopics where things are getting all dramatized and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if this is really a spoiler, where Mother Cabrini is invited to purchase this property that the Jesuits had owned, but the Jesuits couldn't find water for the well. So Mother Cabrini moved there with her orphanage, and they eventually found the well. They eventually found the water, which is really cool to see God's will of, okay, it didn't work out for the Jesuits. I don't know, maybe it was not God's will for the Jesuits to live there. It was God's will for Mother Cabrini and her orphanage to live there. So it's like, that was cool. I like seeing God's hand and that kind of thing. The music was good. The score was good. The cinematography was great. The acting was great. The casting was great. Listening to the Italian, you had to read the subtitles, which was, you know, fine. It was great. Honestly, if you're into biopics, you can watch this movie and be happy. If you're into seeing a saint and their relationship with Christ, I don't know, maybe read her biography instead. I haven't read her biography. I would love to read her biography. I would love to go visit her shrine. Again, she's an amazing woman. I want to see all this stuff. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I really didn't enjoy it. And I was so sad because everybody's been loving this movie and I wish I liked it. I'm really upset I didn't like it. And it's weird. We're on a team, you know? Catholics, Christians, we're on a team and we want to see these kinds of things succeed. Like The Passion of the Christ is the greatest Christian movie, I think, without question, ever made. And The Passion of the Christ is awesome. I watch it every Lent. This movie, it didn't feel like a Christian movie. It felt like a movie about a woman who opened up an orphanage and there were just Christians in it. I don't know. They didn't even say the word Jesus. I mean, maybe they did and I missed it, but she's not praying in the movie. Oh gosh, sorry. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But anyway, I mean, I know this upsets a lot of people, but I also don't like The Chosen because, hey, Jonathan Rumi is way too old to be playing. He's 49 and he's playing a 33-year-old. Huh. And also, gosh, the lighting is so bad today. And I have so many problems with The Chosen. So I don't want Christians to pretend to have to like Cabrini, to pretend to have to like The Chosen. You can like those movies, go ahead, but don't pretend to like them because just because they're on our team does not mean we have to like the movies. I also didn't like the Father Stu movie. I'm really going off now. I didn't really like the Father Stu movie. Just because it's our team doesn't mean we have to like it. But overall, I think this is a step in the right direction. Usually religious movies tend to be cheesy and boring and low budget. This was, again, I think the budget was $10 million. Beautiful what they did with the money. Great, beautiful movie. Step in the right direction. I just think tons of improvements need to be made for that movie. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell, hit subscribe so you never miss my videos, and let me know in the comments if you've seen Cabrini, if you enjoyed it. If you completely disagree with me, let me know that too, because, you know, that all helps out the algorithm. I love you guys. I wish I liked this movie. I wish I loved this movie. I really wish I loved this movie, but I did not. Oh well, so say lovey. Have a good day. Bye.